Hey everyone, reviews are back. I am Anthony Scott at ToyHypeUSA.com. Today I'm taking a look at Mattel's newly released Turtles of Grayskull Skeletor figure, which is a combination of Masters of the Universe and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, bringing the best out of both brands. Special shout out and thank you to site sponsor BigBadToyStore for sending him along for review. It's greatly appreciated. To buy, make sure to click off the links in the YouTube description or the hyperlinks off of ToyHypeUSA.com. On the top here, you have the Turtles of Grayskull logo, you have Shredder, and you have Skeletor. And on the bottom, you have the logos of Masters of the Universe and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He is also packaged on a blister card here with some great artwork. On the back, you have some more great artwork featuring Skeletor and Donatello. You have a description and a look at some additional figures offered in this wave. Here is a closer look at that description and a look at the rest of the wave, which includes Michelangelo as He-Man. You also have Tila and Casey Jones. I'm going to take them out of packaging now, and let's take a closer look. Before I take a closer look at the figure, let's take a look at the card and the mini comic. The card here has a look at which parts of Skeletor are removable and can be swapped out with other Turtles of Grayskull figures to create a custom character. This also includes parts swappable with Masters of the Universe Origins, Masters of the WWE Universe, the line that crosses Masters of the Universe and WWE, and WWE Superstars, which is also a WWE crossover line. Turtles of Grayskull comic, very nicely done. The Spirit of Gray Shell, which I think is a cool pun there between Turtles and Masters of the Universe. On the cover, you have a number of characters. So I'm just going to open up this comic so you guys can check this out. I believe that this is the first comic that you see Skeletor in this new version. The other two, I went back and looked, and you saw him in his previously other 80s style. And they also really don't explain how Skeletor was gotten this new look. I think he got the powers of Grayskull. That's why he transformed like this. It's the only thing that makes sense to me. But we'll see if they cover it in the next comic. It's the next page. The artwork on this is just beautiful. Splinter is shown down there. He is coming later this year to Target. Should be coming out this fall, actually. Oops. And Merman recently released, and I have yet to find him. This is the last page. And on the back here, you have a look at the rest of the wave. Here is your in-hand look at Skeletor. He is given this new form, and I can't find any reference material of how he got this new form in the mini comics. So we'll just have to wait and see whether or not this is explained. Since he is in control of Castle Grayskull now, that we've seen in this last mini comic, which is included with him, I do believe that he was transformed into this more powerful being. So we'll just have to, again, wait and see what happens as far as that. The skin tone is also different. He is given a kind of like a light purple skin tone with maybe a hint of blue, which I think works very well. It fits in very well with this green neon color. I will say that much. He is also given some metallic silver deco as parts of the armor, including the helmet, and some black on the front here. He has this really nice black pattern, which you see here. And the cape has some sculpted textures. Here's a look at the back, showcasing that as well, bringing this up closer so you guys can see those textures. And the cape is also torn and ripped and looks like it's been used a lot. The head sculpt, I think they did a great job on this. The front of the Havoc staff is right there on the forehead, and that's in metallic silver, as are the sides of the helmet. He keeps his yellow skull, which is part of his iconic look, which I think works very well. And on the top of the helmet, they kept it black. So here's a closer look at that. Here I removed the cape, so you're able to see a bit more of the armor up on top. And of course, you can see it better on the back here. Here I removed all the armor, so you're able to see Skeletor almost completely in the nude here. He does have his lion cloth, which is black, and some of the armor, which is painted in metallic silver. I also kept on his head sculpt here, just so you can see what it looks like with all the armor removed. With all of the armor removed, let's take a look at his articulation. This includes a ball-jointed head and neck, full range of articulation here. It does move around a lot as the armor is removed. It doesn't really have a place to rest the head. Swivel-hinged shoulders, full range of motion, swivel-hinged elbows, swivel-hinged wrists, swivel waist, ball-jointed hips, swivel-hinged knees. The boots can also swivel, and he's got hinged and rocker ankles. So you should be able to see that as well. Skeletor includes a couple of accessories, one of which is this can of mutagen, which is sculpted to be able to fit in his hand here. It's kind of like a more narrow can of mutagen compared to what you would normally see in a Turtles line, but this is just so he can fit it in his hand. Here's a look at his new type of Havoc staff that is included with him. It includes the head of the Havoc staff, and there are two parts connected with a chain link. The chain link is not an actual chain link, most of which is made of plastic, but at the center, you can move it around as shown, so you do have that option. Here is a closer look at that. As you can see, the Havoc staff, the head of it is keeping its iconic look. He can also hold it with both hands, so here's a look at that. Here we have a comparison with the Cartoon Collection Skeletor figure. Here is a comparison with He-Man. And here we have a comparison with Krang, as he's teamed up with Krang in the comic. Here we have a comparison of Michelangelo as He-Man. And over here we have Casey Jones, also offered in this line. Tila will be reviewed next, that Big Bad Toy Store was kind enough to send along. And here's one final comparison. Overall, Skeletor is a great figure. Highly recommend you guys pick him up. You're definitely going to need him, as he's an essential part of this line. Thank you again to site sponsor Big Bad Toy Store for sending him along for a review. It's greatly appreciated. To buy Skeletor and additional figures, head over to their website by using the links right in the YouTube description below, or the hyperlinks off of ToyHypeUSA.com. I would greatly appreciate it if you click off of those links before you shop. Thank you for watching this review, and stay tuned for more news and reviews.